Hello, my name is Christina Nichols, and today I'm going to be going over the steps it takes to be hired and to work for a major restaurant chain. I have been with this restaurant for a little over 3 years now, and for the past year, I have been an assistant manager for front of house staff. With that being said, I have been in charge of hiring and making sure our staff is up to par with our standards for the restaurant itself. Um, there are multiple steps it takes for us to consider hiring someone, for someone to be hired, and what it takes for them to be considered a good server. Um, so when we decide to hire someone, we talk about the things and standards we expect out of people and what we're looking for someone. So when we do applications and interviews, the first step is they do a personality test, and that kind of shows us what characteristics they have and what type of person they are. In the interview, you want to make sure to ask questions like how they feel in certain scenarios, their customer service aspect, and just different things like their availability. And also for me, myself as a manager, I like to get to know my staff. So I want to just be like friendly and talkative to them and just get to know them outside of job too, and their personal interest and their hobbies, things like that. After the interview, we will discuss with the other managers and see how we feel about them. And then if we decide to go through with hiring them, we will set them up with a menu test or an abbreviation test. The menu test I have here, it is just basically a list of everything on our menus, and it describes what comes with it, what's on it, and it has the abbreviation words for them to study. That's important for them to know when it comes to serving tables. Um, they study the test and then they come back and they take a test. If they pass the test, we then go ahead and do paperwork with them. And after the test, when they do paperwork, they're required to bring a social security card and a picture ID, and that way we do paperwork. During that time, I will then discuss our employee handbook, and that will go over uniform, policies, and expectations from our staff members. After that, they will be set up with a training schedule. A training schedule typically lasts about 5 days long, and each shift is about 2 hours. So it's not too long, but it's enough for them to be trained. Um, on the first day of training, they will go with the host, kind of follow the host around, learn where everything is, and such like that. The second and third day of training, they will be following a server around and basically mimicking everything that they do. Then after that, on their fourth day, a server will follow them around, and the server will be able to see how that new server is doing, and they will report that to the managers and let us know if they need more work, if they need practice on anything. And then on the last day of training, they will kind of get with the manager and we'll talk to them and see what they need to work on, how they feel about everything, if they're comfortable about it. And we'll just kind of chit chat for about an hour or so and just kind of see how they're feeling about everything. After that, we decide, okay, they are ready to be serving, and we will let them go off on their way and let them start serving. So it's not a lot that requires for them, but for us, it's just all about making sure we know what we want when we hire someone and when we go through the interview and all the process and steps it takes to get there. Um, so to wrap up, and this hiring steps is an interview with a personality test, the menu test and abbreviation test for the servers, paperwork that has to be done, which includes going over employee handbooks, and then after that they do 5 days of training. Thank you.